Let's continue illustrating limit superior and limit inferior. In this case, let's have another x sub n, which is negative 1 raised to the power of n. So let's start with identification of the limit superior of x sub n. But first, let's try to determine the elements of the sequence. For n is 1, you will have here negative 1. When n is 2, positive 1. You have here negative 1, positive 1, negative 1, and positive 1, and so on and so forth. For the limit superior, we need to start with coming up with certain portions of our sequence and identify the infimum of all supremum. So let's start with the first one using all the entire elements here. So you have negative 1, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1, 1, so on and so forth. The supremum of this, which is the least upper bound, is of course equal to 1. Okay? For the second, let's say we start with the second element onwards. So you have 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1, and so on and so forth. Its supremum is also equal to 1. If you have the third, okay, starting with the third element, negative 1, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1, and 1, so on and so forth, you will have also 1. If you're going to continue this to your S sub n, and the supremum of all of that is, of course, you will have here negative 1 raised to the power of n, negative 1 raised to the power of n plus 1, negative 1 raised to the power n plus 2, and so on and so forth. Still equal to 1 because whatever will be the value of n here, it will just be alternating. So all of this will be part of set V, and you will have here the limit supremum of x sub n, okay, is equal to the infimum of this set containing all of this 1, 1, 1 until 1, and so on and so forth. And the infimum of this is just equal to 1. In short, the limit supremum of your x sub n, where your x sub n is negative 1 raised to the power of n, is equal to 1. You can also use the other notation, the limit supremum of x sub n is equal to 1. Now, for the limit inferior, okay, by the way, this is limit superior, okay? Limit inferior of x sub n, okay? We're going to talk about the supremum of all infimums, okay? So we are going to use the same of n, x sub n here. The elements are negative 1, 1, negative 1, and 1, negative 1, then 1, and so on and so forth. So for the first one here is the infimum of entire of this, negative 1, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1, and 1, and so on and so forth. The infimum is negative 1. If we're going to have another, starting with the second onwards, you have here 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1, and so on and so forth. It's also negative 1. If you have the third, the infimum of that, starting with the third element, negative 1, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1, and 1, and so on and so forth, is also negative 1. As you move forward to the nth, the infimum of that, again, this is negative 1 raised to n, negative 1 to n plus 1, negative 1 to the n plus 2, and so on and so forth. This will still give us negative 1. So all of this, okay, for the limit inferior of your x sub n is the supremum of all of this, negative 1, negative 1, negative 1, negative 1. And that is equal to negative 1. Okay? So the limit inferior of your x sub n is equal to negative 1, which is also denoted as this underlined notation. Okay, we can see here that the limit inferior is negative 1 and the limit superior is positive 1. They are not equal to one another. Unlike the previous example, please view that example as well, where both have the same value. Okay, so this has implication to convergence later on. We will have more examples for this. Thank you very much for watching.